What's going on, guys? What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. It's your guy, J Day. Hope all is well, love and light, everyone. I'm going to give y'all a little time to jump on in the live. This is just a random live. What prompted me to come on in here is I was just watching my girl. Shout out to La Nikki Official. Just talking. I'm just piggybacking off of her topic about, dating, you know, and dating in Dominican Republic, or whether you even dating outside of DR. It could be Panama, Colombia, Brazil, but we're gonna say DR. I'm just going based off of that and my experience. And you got the passport bro movement, you got the passport sis movement, and everybody has their own idea of why they shouldn't date in the DR. A lot of passport bros mentality is, hit it and stick it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not here to knock anybody's hustle or what you do is how it's not what you do is how you do it. That's always been my motto, right? So I'm just gonna give y'all a little my situation here now. For me, dating in DR, to say the least, has just been a journey. It's been a journey, to say the least. And I think oftentimes we already know what time it is, and when it comes to a lot of these women that we are dating, uh, we tend to entertain it. I'm guilty of it. I am guilty of it. Just to give you an example, I I've been talking to this girl maybe about let me see, before the pandemic. So I would say 2019, 29, Never on the daily, what's going on? One mic, so focused, what's going on? So yeah, I was talking to this girl from 20 since 2019, before the pandemic even hit. It just so happened that we, started communicating on Instagram. Met on Instagram, just, you know. So I actually had reached out to her, and she said she basically wasn't entertaining me at all. She really wasn't. And you know when a woman is interested. You know when a woman is not interested. A lot of us tend to ignore the red flags. And I was like, okay, we just communicating back and forth. So I finally made it to DR. I think I took my family during the pandemic. She was following me on my WhatsApp, always checking out my stories and so on and so on, but never really entertained me the way I was trying to entertain her, right? But I'm still entertaining her, knowing that, when this girl is just no good, no good, no good. And it's just so, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's just something about her. I don't know what it is. She's not the kind of girl that I would advise anybody to. I mean, maybe somebody would want to wife it up. I don't know. But she's not the type of woman that I would consider myself marrying. I already pretty much know what it is with her. I just wanted to keep her pretty much as a friend. She gives off the party type girl vibe. Knows where all the hot spots is. She's in the limelight a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She's got a lot of friends. So and I have seen her out a few times. And she's seen me out, with girls and stuff like that. And it got to a point where her and I was going back and forth. I'm like, yo, I told her straight up, you are choppy choppy. I'm not, y'all, being from New York, we just very assertive. We just straight up, because I told her, I said, the only time you really reach out is when you want something. You know what I mean? And, you know, this is my thing, guys. I don't have a problem helping a girl out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we already know DR is a third world country. We already know, a lot of them live in poverty. My thing is, let me offer without you asking. It's just a major turnoff, and that should be a red flag for a lot of you guys. Even for you women, when a man or a woman is asking you for things, it should just be a red flag. So today, she'll hit me up every now and again. Oh, JD, how are you? Just like small talk, just small talk. So today, she just happened to hit me up and said, "Hey, Ray," which is King in Spanish. She says, um, Well, yesterday she hit me. I already knew where it was going, where it was leading, where the conversation was leading. I already knew. So she was like, she sent me a voice message on WhatsApp, and pretty much was telling me she's in the infirmary, meaning the hospital. That's just, guys. If when they tell you that, you already know what time it is. The next thing is, oh, they need something. So I said, oh, okay. Hope you feel better. That's it. So she hit me up today. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit better. Do I think I can send her some money for medications? I told her straight up, I don't have it. I don't have it. Because, once you start sending, money and all of those things, they tend to expect it. They have this sense. I'm not gonna say all. I'm just telling you based on my experience. They tend to have a they just have this sense of, oh, you supposed to, like, you're obligated. Like you're obligated. And I had to tell her. I said, listen, um, we're not in a relationship, and I told her, I said, honestly, I don't like, she's pushing the whole relationship thing with me, and I already know that she's not somebody that I want to be with. Yeah, she's beautiful, she's attractive, and I told her, I said, yo, I think we would be better off as friends. Let's just be friends, let's just be friends. But she's insisting on being with me. Now, I already know the woman is not attracted to me. You know when you know. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I said, you're only after my money. Let's just face it. And she's like, oh, why would you say that? And she tells me a lot of sweet nothings, guys. A lot of sweet nothings. She knows what to say. But then when it comes to, she'll say something sweet and nice, and then next thing you know, behind it is, it's money. It's always money. And I told her, I said, your motivation is money. That is your problem. Your motivation is money. So I mean, personally, guys, I don't even know why I still entertain a girl. I don't. I don't know why I still entertain her. It's just something about her. Now, and I think a lot of us, that's where a lot of us go wrong. My thing is, though, even though I'm entertaining her, I know in the back of my mind and head that I don't want nothing more with this girl. I'm just trying to keep her in the friend zone. But you know what the problem is with her? She doesn't want to introduce me to, like, her circle of people, only because, being like, she wants to keep the gringo to herself. You know what I mean? And I think that's what's keeping her from, connecting me with, you know what I'm saying, with her circle. And I told her, I said, listen, I travel to DR often, as she knows I have a house, and she's even tried to, like, make her way, by me. And I don't even want the girl at my house. I'm gonna be honest with you. A girl like that, you have to be careful, guys. And ladies and gentlemen, when you have investments, in DR house, you have to be careful who you let into your personal space, especially out there. It's not like here in America. People watch you, think that we got all this kind of money and stuff, and then, they could easily get us set up and then robbed and even killed for that matter. So we just have to tread lightly and be careful how we move in Dominican Republic. It is what it is. But I find it that a lot of us are, especially, people who have never traveled to DR before, whether you're a man and a woman, because I see it a lot. I see it a lot, man. I remember going to the beach and I seen this fat lady. I'm a heavy dude. I listen. I'm fat too. I listen. You know what I'm saying. So don't get offended if I'm calling a woman fat. But I seen a fat, overweight woman with a nice looking Dominican dude, and he had all these tats, nice body, braids, and she's pretty much out of shape. Oh, much older than him. You pretty much know what the deal is here. And I think a lot of us, we tend to ignore the signs, and some of us is just take, they I guess a lot of us just want to live in a fantasy. We want to live in a fantasy. It's like fantasy over reality. But you can't get yourself caught up into that, because especially women, y'all, the difference between us men, versus the women, let's just face it, y'all are a little bit more emotional, when it comes to that. We could easily just, hit it and not even think about her the next day. You know what I'm saying? To whereas women, y'all are more emotional. You know what I mean? When it comes to that. Seeing that, I already knew like he's just looking for a meal ticket. He's just looking for a meal ticket, you know. So when it comes to the women, man, it's like it's no different from y'all than with us with the choppy choppies and the I think they call it the swanky panky. You know, that's the term for a male prostitute, pretty much in DR. You know, and believe it or not, you know, I didn't really know that this goes on until I was tuned into a lot of Nikki Official's live that she just had going on maybe about an hour ago. But she was just saying that, there are a lot of groups where women are, groups dedicated to that kind of stuff, like a swanky panky group, like women who literally go to Dominican Republic and look for that. You know what I mean? So and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I find that a lot of white European women, I mean, I could be wrong, but I find a lot of white European women are into swanky panky. They don't just go to DR, they go to, Africa and, all those kind of countries, looking for men, call it exploitation if you want. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but, that's pretty much what goes on. You know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of it, a lot of it. But my thing is, if you are one of those brothers or sisters from wherever you from, if you one of those people that are not so attractive and you know you're not attractive, you can look in the mirror and know whether or not you look. I've been told that I was unattractive. To each his own. To each his own. You know what I mean? But you have to be realistic with yourself. If you are not pulling, dimes and wherever you from, what makes you think you're going to go to Dominican Republic or any other Latin or Caribbean country for that matter, and pull a dime there? Not to say that it can't happen. I'm not saying that, but we have to be realistic with ourselves. Sankey Panky. Okay, it's Sankey Panky. I appreciate that, Rich's method. Yeah, we have to be realistic with ourselves. If you're not pulling a dime from wherever you at, whether you're male or female, like what makes you think you're gonna pull a dime in DR or Brazil or you know what I'm saying, et cetera, et cetera. So with that being said, you have to go in this with the mindset of anything could possibly happen. You know what I mean? Dating somebody in another country. You know what I mean? We have to protect ourselves. A lot of women, and a lot of women that get themselves caught up. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Most of y'all already know what time it is, and there's no different from the man. We already know what time it is. So it's like when shit hits the fan, and things don't go your way. A lot of us be looking for sympathy. I'm not one of those people that's gonna be sympathetic to it, only because a lot of us already know what time it is. We already know what time it is. Um, do I advise dating overseas? Uh, I mean, it's pretty much up to the individual. My experience dating women in Dominican Republic, it hasn't been so great. It really hasn't. Um, I have, you know, the first girl that I did date, it was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? I really liked the girl. It was a great experience to say the least. But at this point in time, I'm not really remotely interested in dating. Uh, you know, uh, it's just hard for me when you're a person, whether you're male or female, and you got investments and you're looking to set a life in Dominican Republic, and you want to start a family and have kids, etc., etc. You have to be real careful. My advice is vetting for at least 2, 3, 4. And I'm gonna be honest. The girl that I was dating initially, I dated her for 2 years. 2 years to find out she was leading a double life, and a whole lot of stuff. And I'm glad that I found all of this out because I did plan on getting with her and maybe taking things a little further, but I found out what I found out at a great time. You know what I mean? And then I had to take her to court and all of that. That's a whole nother story. And for those of you guys who haven't seen that story, check out the video, my dating experience. It's like raining top, my number one videos out of all the videos I made. I got a lot of a lot of comments and a lot of likes on that video. But going through that experience, it pretty much taught me how to move now. You know what I mean? So I'm just not so quick to just jump in, a relationship with the Dominican women, and a lot of them, are quick to move fast. I stayed all the time. I'm just gonna read some of these comments, and while I'm reading some of these comments, I got 10 of y'all in here. Just hit the like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all. Never on the daily. Jay, it's up to you. It's up to you. But do not give away your money. Just look how hard you work for it. If you have no money, she wouldn't want you. Exactly. And that goes for you ladies and men. Like if they asking and constantly asking you for money, it got to the point where I'm just like, I was going back and forth with her so much. I told her, yo, you about to get blocked. I done blocked this girl maybe about 2 or 3 or 4 times. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know why I still keep entertaining the bullshit. I don't know why. I'm guilty. I'm guilty as charged. I don't know what it is about her. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not oblivious or you know I know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? And I know she's motivated by money. I you know what I think it's the excitement. Like she just has this edgy side of her that I like. You know what I mean? And that I think that's what it is. She just has this edge about her. And I met up with her a few times. Okay, for like the last time, I'll tell you. The last time I was there, right? I was there for 14 days. I decided to hit her up like 3 days before I was flying back to New York. So I told her it was a Sunday. And for those of you guys who don't know, on Sundays in DR, for some reason, the clubs be popping on Sundays in Puerto Plata. There's this one particular club that I like called the Luxuries in Puerto Plata. But Sundays is like, yo, everybody is there. It's more packed on a Sunday than it is on a Friday or Saturday. For what reason? I don't know why. But I had hit her up. I was like, yo, what's up? Where the party at or whatever. She was like, oh, you in town? I said, yeah, I'm in town. I'm here with my boy. Bring one of your friends. Let's go and hang out or whatever. Let's go to the club, right? We ended up not making it to the club because my boy fell asleep, and I was like, nah, I'm not going without you. So anyway, the next day, I met up with her. We went out to eat or whatever. So we talking and whatever. Now she thinking that I just arrived. She's thinking that I just arrived, right? So I told her, I said, I played it off. I was like, nah, I just came into town for a couple of days. I had a few things that I had to do, but I'm going back home on I think it was Tuesday or whatever. You guys, y'all should have seen her eyes. She was just like she thought I was gonna be there for 14 days. Like she already was planning everything. Like, oh, I'm gonna be with him the whole time. Like I'm gonna be eating good. He gonna be taking me here. He gonna be taking me there. Like, nah, it's not even gonna happen. So when I told her that, her whole vibe just changed, right? So after dinner was over, right? I just wanted to see, what she was gonna do. I said, so what you doing? I was like, yo, why don't you come back to the apartment? I said, just to tranquilo, you know what I mean? Like, I got the pool, you know what I'm saying? Let's just come through and tranquilo. Like, I'm not even on the sex tip. I wasn't even on it like that. I just wanted to have some company over, right? So, and I said it in Spanish. So she knew exactly. Now my Spanish is decent, but she knew exactly what I said. So she didn't when I told her, why don't you come through, she kind of changed the subject, right? So then now it's time to leave. She came on in a moto. I drove. She met me at the restaurant. She came in her moto. So she ended up not coming back to the crib, right? She ended up not coming back to the crib. And the next day, she hit me, hey, what you doing or whatever. I said, I'm here. I'm giving her signals like, yo, I'm here at the crib. I didn't tell her to come through, nothing like that. I wanted to see if she would, say, hey, let me come over. She never did. She never did. So at that point, I already knew what it was. Like you were upset because you thought, like I said, I was gonna be here for 14 days. You know what I'm saying? And when she found out that I was only there for the time that I told her I was gonna be there, her whole vibe just changed. Like I guess her mindset was like, if I go over there, he's probably gonna want to have sex with me, and that's gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and mind you, I have not been intimate with this girl since I've been. So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I haven't been intimate with her since I met her. Never. We've never been intimate. Only because she's probably feeling like I'm putting myself in her shoes. She's probably thinking like, if I get intimate with this guy, once I get intimate with him, it's a wrap. It's over. She's probably thinking I'm just gonna hit it and move on. You know what I'm saying? So this is why she's holding back, you know what I mean, from, getting intimate with me. But I already told her, like, yo, I'm not even on it like that. It's not that serious. I said, I just want to be your friend. I said, I think we would be better as friends. But she keeps on insisting, wanting more. And I already know why that is, because for some reason when I'm out, she's always seen me. We've always bumped into each other, whether it be at Jumbo, whether it be at like, the Kamado, or the restaurant, the local Dominican spots or whatever. It was one time I was with this chick, right? And we it's funny, guys. I'm with this girl. We ordering food. I ordered mad food because I had my family with me too. So I had it was just me and her. So I'm ordering food, and I happen to look up, and she's on the other. I seen her, I'm like, oh shit. So we caught each other's eye, and she see me with the girl, and as we walking out, I got mad bags of food in my hand, and she's watching us leave out, and I mean, she watched me the whole time from the time I left out with the bags to get in the car. Right, same day. Now later on, me and the girl that I was with, we went to the beach, had a good time, came back drove back from Sosua to Puerto Plata, and the girl was like, "Oh, I want to get some pico de pollo, which is like fried chicken, Chinese pico de pollo." So she's like, "I'm not gonna get out of the car. I'm gonna sit in the car. Just get me with this and that." So I'm in the line, right? I'm ordering the food. I happen to turn around, and it's the same girl. I'm just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, yo, this chick must be following me or something, you know. But her seeing me out and seeing me with different women, her thing is like she wants what the other women want, but she wants more than that. You see what I'm saying? And I told her straight up, I was like, I gave you an opportunity, and I really did. I said, I gave you an opportunity to get to know me. And I said, I know you're not attracted to me. I know you don't like me the way you do. Oh, why you say that? I said, because if you were into me the way you say you were, your actions would show it. A person could tell you this, and talk all that sweet, good nothings in your face, but if your actions is not presenting that, nah, nah, You know what I'm saying? I'm not a fool, but yeah. So she's just, I still, like I said, guys, I still entertain this woman. He said, I'm gonna read some of these comments. Uh, I gotta read some of these comments. Travel to shout out to Travel to shout out to Mr. Tyndall. Travel to don't move her in because she can get half of your stuff. And bro, that's my biggest fear, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That is my biggest fear. I'm 44, be 45 next year. My house is almost done, and I'm looking to start a family. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in my life, I'm just like, yo, when you get with a woman, man, most times, the love grows. You don't fall in love right away. So I'm just like, I'd rather just meet a chick. I just don't want to get with a chick that's a choppy, or a girl that's selling her ass. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest fear. You know what I mean? But if I can get two kids out of the deal, listen. You go your way and I go mine. I'm at a point where I'd rather you stay at your house and I stay at mine, and we just you can come over every couple of days, only because the risk of losing all of what you worked hard for somebody to just come in and take it all. You know what I'm saying? And I tell y'all all the time, who you think, if you do decide to get married, or if you say, even if you say, yo, I don't want to marry her, common law is like 2 years, man. You bring a woman into your crib and you with her for 2 years, she's entitled to half of the shit, you know? But you need to set there are prenuptial agreements. So if you decide to go that route, make sure you have a good ass lawyer. I tell y'all that all the time. Make sure you have a good lawyer. Only because who you think they're gonna side with? The gringo or the local? You know what I mean? So we really have to protect our investments. But yeah, I'm at a point where I'm just like, yo, I don't even want a chick living with me. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. That's my biggest fear, for real. Um, don't move her. You can vet her, and she turned out bad. Exactly. Like I said, guys, I vetted a woman for 2 years. 2 years I vetted a woman, and she turned out to be, man, I'm just like, yo, who the hell is this girl? Who is this girl? So it happens. And you know what I tell y'all all the time? If you're looking to meet, because there are a lot of dudes that are looking for love. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women that are looking for love. And I always say, if you're looking for a good woman or a good man in the Dominican Republic, your best bet is to go outside of the tourist areas, man. Places where they don't have access to tourists, because the more access they have to tourists, the more of a risk it is for us. You see what I'm saying? More of a risk it is. So I always say, travel out into the smaller towns. You find it that in the smaller towns, they're more family oriented. The women are, they're not, choppy choppies, or selling their ass and all of that stuff, only because the communities that they live in is small. You know what I'm saying? So everybody pretty much knows everybody. So I think you'll have a better chance, finding something more substantial in a smaller city. You know what I mean? Where it's less tourists living, for sure. Um, Freddie Mac, what's going on, bro? Yo, Jay, construction labor going up. Haitians are needed. Well, for those of you guys don't know, I made that live yesterday. The president withdrew from the tax reform, so that's looks good on our end, man. So we ain't got to worry about taxes going up right now, anyway, until the next presidency. Who's to say if Congress might implement it again, might submit it to the new president? But as of now, we good, guys. But let me read some more of these comments. Had to dump Mr. Tyndall had to dump my shorty now. First sugar mama that was broke tried to emasculate me afterwards because I stopped helping. This is what happens. This is what happens, guys. Like, you know, I I don't have a problem helping and taking care of my woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with that at all. But at the same time, you know, I don't want a woman that can't contribute to my success. Meaning that you can be poor as hell, but if you don't have, and if you're not ambitious, if you don't have that drive, because I'm looking for a woman that's drive. That listen, there's a lot of us, a lot of men and women who have brought our mates up. You know what I'm saying? Dated. And sometimes it has to take that for us to bring up somebody, and there's nothing wrong with that. If I meet a woman that I could bring up that's here, you know what I'm saying, and I could bring her here, man, I did good for myself. You see what I'm saying? I did good, and there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like it's hard weeding them out. It's hard weeding them out. You got a lot of women out there that just want to sit on their ass and expect us to just send them money every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And if you one of those dudes that's doing that, you might need to think twice. And even females, a lot of us, we put ourselves in a vulnerable state when we do that. You know what I mean? We really do. Logan 021, I've been going to DR a long time. Give Haitian women a chance, fellas. You know, listen, I love my Haitianas. Shout out to my Haitianas. Oh, shut up. I got a Haitian in the back of me. I heard her tell me to shut up. Nah, okay. I'm gonna tell y'all my reason as to why I've never dated a Haitian woman in DR. Only because a lot of them are illegal. You know what I mean? A lot of them are illegal, so it's like I'm looking for something, like I said, a little bit more substantial. So, you know, when you're dating an illegal Haitian, it's kind of hard to you know what I mean, to make them, because you got to worry about them being deported back to Haiti, especially they living in Dominican Republic. So that's my only reasoning as to why. And I have dated Haitian women here in the United States. I have, you know what I'm saying? So I don't want people to think that I discriminate against Haitian women because I don't. You know what I mean? As y'all see, I love Haitian food. I done posted it on my WhatsApps. I mean, not my WhatsApp story, but on my shorts. So I do love Haitian women and Haitian culture. You know, but the problem is a lot of the women that are Haitian that live in DR, man, a lot of them are illegal. You know, and that's a big problem. Uh, Nobody 92, what's going on, my guy? What's up, JD? I didn't even know you were going live. Now, this is just random. Like I said, I was on La Niki official channel, and they was just talking about, dating in DR and Sankey Pankies and all of that. So I was like, you know what, let me come on in here and just shoot the breeze and just, talk about my experience and, people who are going to DR looking for love or looking, for love in other countries, man. I mean, it's no different from DR and anywhere else. You really have to vet a woman. Now, I will tell you this. I've been dating this Filipino chick, as you guys know, and if you don't know, I'm gonna tell you now. I've been dating this Phil. We haven't met yet. We haven't met yet. I've been, just phone conversation. And one thing I will tell you guys is that it's very different. She's different from any woman that I have dated outside of the United States. You know what I'm saying? Um, for one, this girl has never asked me for a dime. I've been dating her for about 7 months now. You know what I'm saying? I plan on going to Philippines next year. God willing. I plan on going to visit her family, and all of that. But I will tell you, yo, this girl has never asked me for one penny, and not just that. She's always happy. The girl, I've never seen her sad. I've never seen her, cry. She's very attentive. You know what I'm saying? She always like, she's just like different from any woman out of United, outside the United States that I have ever, she's just different to say the least, man. And then, I tell you guys, like, a lot of us, we want to date women that really can't contribute to our success. It's nothing with dating a woman that's poor, but she's got to have something going on. She's definitely got to have some. Why put yourself in a position where you're always going to be the one fitting the bill? And it's like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But he is. No, I'm on my break. So why put yourself in a position where you're always the one that's fitting the bill and fitting the bill and fitting the bill, and she can't contribute to anything. Now, I tell you this about this Filipina girl. She's in school for nursing. If I decided to bring her back, I'm on break, Smith. What's up? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, now you looking at me crazy. You got the crazy look on. What's up? This is my supervisor, y'all. My supervisor looking at me all crazy, like, what you doing back here? Nah, but one thing I will say is that she's in school for nursing. You know what I'm saying? Once she graduates nursing school, if I decide to bring her here, you know, her credentials are acceptable here. You see what I'm saying? So she can contribute to, all of what I got going on, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And those are the kind of women that we should be looking for. Looking for a woman that could contribute to our success. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I'm gonna read some of these comments. Uh, TF, what's going on? It might be best to date a Haitian or import a Colombian, Brazilian, etc. Someone who doesn't have more rights than you in DR. Bro, you know what? You are absolutely right. I say the same thing because at the end of the day, you're protected now. You know, if you and if you bring a Latin woman to DR, then you ain't got to worry about her taking everything from you because she's not a citizen of Dominican Republic. You smart guy, and don't think I ain't think about that because I have for sure. The Nobody 92. But don't the laws favor the gringos, tourists over the locals? Not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily. I mean, if you're a Dominican local, I've heard horror stories. That's why I always tell you guys if you decide to go that route and vet a woman and you might want to get married and you got investments and stuff. Make sure you have her sign that prenuptial agreement, and make sure your lawyer is damn good. Just in case something does happen. You got a good lawyer to protect you from that. Rich's method. Do illegals and tourists to the United States have rights legally? Why would the less of a foreign country apply to you as a gringo tourist? You're not a national of DR. Wait. I'm trying to understand. Do illegals and tourists to the United States have rights legally? Um, Illegals, no, they don't. They don't because they're illegal. They're illegal. So no, they don't really have any rights. They can't vote. If you're legal in the United States, you can't vote. You can't work. You can't pay taxes. So no, you don't have rights. You're pretty much limited coming to the United States illegal. Yeah. Many Haitian women may be illegal, and that also may force them to do not so reputable things to survive in tourist areas and a culture where not so reputable things are already happening. Now, you're right about that. And one thing I will say, because I do have a friend of mine who is currently dating a Haitian woman. Actually, they're not even dating. She ended up getting pregnant. She is illegal. Now, I don't know. I can't really tell you how that works, but I will say that he is a vet. So once he signs those papers, the birth certificate, they already, the baby is a United States citizen. You know what I'm saying? The baby is once a woman gets pregnant by a U.S. citizen, that child is already automatically a citizen of the United States. Now, I don't know what happens to the mother. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, how what happens, in that situation, only because she's illegal and the child that she had by him is considered American. So, if she were to get deported, like, that's kind of tricky. You know what I mean, to say the least. I don't know what would happen in a situation like that if they were to try to deport her and she's got an American baby. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not sure, but these are the kind of things that we need to research. Only because, as we know, man, the deportation that's going on in the DR is real. You know, Nobody 92 at Rich's Method. DR makes majority of their money off tourism, so the police actually try to look out for the tourists and gringos a lot based off that. That is true. That is true. I would definitely say that, especially in, like, the tourist areas, man. The police presence is prevalent, man. And Puerto Plata, I will say, and this is one of the reasons why I invested my money in Puerto Plata, is because it's one of the safest places to live in Dominican Republic. Outside of like Boca Chica and those places, but the North Coast is very, very, very safe to live for sure. Easy Rollins, what's going on? Brother, you are partially correct, Jay. Illegal immigrants have very limited rights, but some crazy people are trying to give them more rights, like non-citizens voting and non-citizen police. Nobody 92. So if you have a baby with a girl in DR, that baby is an American citizen. Pretty much, yeah. Because once you have that baby, at that point you go to the embassy, and you sign the birth certificate. You go to the embassy, and they generate a social security card and everything for that child. Oh yeah, it's not as hard as you guys think. You have a baby here. I mean, there, yeah. They'll generate a birth certificate and social security card, and that baby automatically becomes a citizen for sure. Yeah. Um, Ivan Mickelson, don't forget Filipinos only get paid once a month. Yeah, they do. They do. But I will tell you this, man. Just based on my boy, that's living out there right now in Philippines. Uh, you know, I'm not gonna say DR women aren't loyal. I don't want to put all Dominican women in a bad category, man. Only because of the few that make it bad for the good ones. But I will say, when it comes to the Filipino women, man, they seem to be like real loyal. They seem to be real, real loyal. and I be playing with the girl that I be talking to now. I said, I'm an old man. I keep telling her, I said, you gonna leave me for a younger man? She's like, stop saying that. I'm not gonna leave you. Stop saying that. I want you, I like you for you. I just be playing with her. I said, I'm old. What you want with this old man? But from what I see that Filipino women are very, very loyal for sure. Um, Wow, I never knew that. I thought the baby had to be born in America to be an American citizen. Nah, bro. Once you get a woman pregnant in DR and you're American citizen, that baby automatically becomes a citizen of the United States. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you see, Mr. G, he co-signed it. Mr. G, 1804. Yep, got an appointment with my baby at the embassy in Santo Domingo coming up next month. You see what I'm saying? So it's truth to what I'm telling you. All you got to do is make that appointment and go to the embassy, and and they'll generate social security cards and all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, you ain't got to worry about that. Mr. Richards, the police will turn a blind eye to little things in a tourist zone because you are a tourist. But the bigger legal issues with women, especially they see you as a cash cow and will extort. Yeah, and that's what we really got to protect ourselves with, man. Extorting, being extorted by foreigners. You know what I mean? And I tell y'all all the time, you don't really have to go to Dominican Republic feeling like you got to impress women. The mindset of women is really different there. They're not looking at, oh, how big your chain is, and I mean, yeah, women like to like men who. What woman doesn't like a man that doesn't dress that dresses nice and stuff and presents himself well? But you don't really have to go as hard as some of us may go here in the United States to draw the attention. You know what I mean? Because when you do that there, you're drawing on unwanted attention to yourself. They're not looking at you because of who you are. They're looking at you what you got. You know what I mean? So I always tell you guys, you know less is more when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Try to go out there with a modest mindset, man. Yeah, and then you might attract a modest woman. But for sure, stay out of Sosua. If you're looking for love in all those places, man, go to the campos, the countryside. Like I tell y'all all the time, I go. When I travel out, and y'all see, I go to Rio Hamao, places. I like to go to spots where there's not so many tourists. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like to go to non-tourist spots. I like Sosua Beach, but it's very saturated. I don't even go there on the weekends. I go usually during the week where it's less crowded. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you go on the weekends, you're more likely to lose your shit. Trying to get in the water. There's so much stuff going on the weekends because the beaches be so packed. You better be careful leaving your stuff. You know what I mean? You come back, passport, clothes, cell phone, everything you came with is gone. So this is one of the reasons why I don't go to Sosua on the weekends unless I got a crowd of people. You know what I mean? We all go out. That way we watching each other's shit while we in the water. You know? Yeah. Easy Rollins, what's going on, bro? As long as you are on the birth certificate, Jay is on point. Exactly. As long as you sign that birth certificate, that baby automatically becomes a U.S. citizen, for sure. Future world, what's going on? Nobody 92. All women care about is if you're a gringo or not. And right now, uh, I'm juggling. I'm juggling like three. Um, and there's nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, you got to find what's right for you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it may take us to date two, three, maybe even four to see if that's the right one. You know, but I already know who the right one is. Um, in the distance, it's just the distance that's preventing us from really, you know what I'm saying? I wish the girl lived a little closer. Philippines is a hike. It's a hike. That's why I said when I go out there, I'm trying to rock out for at least no less than 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That way, and I've been to Asia before. For those of you brothers and sisters who've never been to Asia, I will tell you this, man. You know, Asia's lit. They embrace us I'm specifically Thailand. You know, I gotta say Thailand. I've been to Japan. Japan, my experience in Tokyo, my time was very limited there. You know, it just reminded me of a Asian New York. You know what I mean? But I find it that the locals there wasn't they're not as friendly as the people in Thailand. Man, Thailand they show you love. They talk to you. They come up to you. You know what I'm saying? Thailand is like the Dominican Republic of Asia in terms of the friendliness and the welcoming of the people. You know, if that makes sense. You know, they just like the hospitality is unmatched. I'm not even gonna lie to you, hospitality, and you know, a lot of the women there, you could definitely find some good quality women in Thailand because you know once a woman becomes if you see the culture, Asian culture is for those you guys who don't know, once you become like 22, 20s, you're expected to start having children and getting married and having a family. Once you become like 30s and you in your 30s, late 20s and 30s, and you ain't got no kids, you're pretty much considered left behind. You know, so that's the mentality of the Asian culture. Like you're expected to start having kids at 20. You know, so yeah, man, you could definitely find you know, quality, you know, women in Asia, and they are willing to. I'm not even. I don't want to put my boy's business out there, but I tell my boy that's out there, man. You know, I got a few brothers you know, that's living in between Thailand and Philippines, and you know, but one of my boys is living in Thailand full time. I'm like, bro, it's it's a method to his madness, but I respect it, you know. And it's like the kind of women that he goes after, you know. And this might help you brothers, you know. Uh, we tend to go for the younger women, but there are a lot of beautiful women in their 30s that got it going on, man. Especially in Asia, and the kind of women that he attracts, man, are women that's working, that's got stuff going on. Uh, you know, he's got these women that like, yo, stay here. Don't worry, don't go back. I'll take care of you, type shit. And I'm just like, whoa, you know, like, bro, you know, like I'm ready to jump on that air jet quick. You know what I mean? But this is the kind of, you know, these are the kind of women that he has encountered in Asia, man. So you know, I tell a lot of us, man, you know, we got to travel outside of DR and see what else is out there, you know, because your future wifey might not be in DR. She might be in Asia somewhere, you know. So I always advise that. Yeah. And I went to Thailand back in 22 I actually went during the pandemic, you know. I went during the pandemic and we stayed in Asia. I tell people all the time, what we did was we flew to Japan first, and then once we left Japan, we flew from Japan to Thailand, which was Bangkok. That from Japan to Bangkok was 7 hours, and once we got to Bangkok, we stayed in Bangkok for like a couple of days, maybe like 3 days, and then after that, we flew to the coast, the coastal part of Thailand, which was we stayed in a city called Phuket. So we stayed in Phuket, which was more touristy. But I will say this: Bangkok is lit. It's like New York City on steroids. The city is huge, man. It takes you all day to navigate that city. But as I said, the party life. If you one of those people that like the nightlife, Thailand's nightlife is lit and inexpensive. The most expensive thing going is the flight. But once you get there, man, we're talking about you know the 5-star hotels that we pay here, they're considered 5 stars there, and you're paying like for a nice hotel $50 a night. You know what I'm saying? And if you flying with you know a travel buddy, that's $25 a night per you know what I'm saying per person. You know, food is cheap. The street food is really good, cheap as hell. You know, like clothes and you know everything is just relatively inexpensive. And this is why a lot of brothers, you know, that are retired and you know expats live in Thailand because you know the U.S. dollar in Thailand, man, will take you a long way. And yeah, so I highly advise you guys travel to Asia, experience that, man, experience it. It's that trip was epic. I tell everybody, man, that trip. Epic trip for real. Um, just read some of these comments. No matter where you are on the planet, all women want your resources. That's just the way it is, and that's just the way it always will be. Dennis Poole, you right, you right. I mean, and it's like I said, I don't have a problem supporting my wife and taking care of my wife and making sure she's good. I come from a family of supporters, so that I'm accustomed to that. My issue is I just want to know that it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's genuine. Like, I want to know that this woman really loves me for who I am and not just because I'm a meal ticket. You know what I'm saying? So that's important to me, man. And once I know that and I feel it, my wife can get anything she wants from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me as a man. Like, that's the most important thing, knowing that this woman really loves me for who I am and not just because, me taking her out of poverty and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I will say, and then, I will say from what I've seen in Asia, you have a lot of young women dating older guys in Asia, man, and it's not stigmatized like it is here in the States. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of these young women stick with their men. A lot of them. I mean, you have more success rates in terms of dating in Asia than you do in Dominican Republic. I will say that. I will say it. Just from going on YouTube and looking at stories of interracial dating in Thailand and interracial dating. Check out some of these other YouTube channels and vlogs, man, and you'll see what I'm talking about for sure, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to come on here and give y'all my experience and little jewels on the whole dating tip. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, guys, like I said, when you a man of a certain stature, you have to be mindful of the kind of women you bring into your life. You do. Protect your investments. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, we got to protect our investments, and I say it all the time. The last thing we want to do is get with somebody and we don't work so hard to get where we at and accomplish what we accomplished for somebody to just come in and snatch it all away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So, and if you're one of those brothers or sisters that are, I always say, honesty is the best policy. We are the breadwinners. You know, you have the ability to choose what it is that you want when it comes to your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Make your demands. Be straight up. You know, I always tell girls straight up, listen, I'm just dating right now. I'm not looking for anything serious. And you give them that opportunity to choose whether or not they want to ride with you or not. You know what I'm saying? That way, they can't say that you wasn't straight up with them from the gate. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long way when you straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I think you get more respect from a woman when you are straight up and sincere from the gate. They might not like it, but they can't do nothing but respect it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. I got 26 of y'all on here. I appreciate if y'all hit the like, share, and subscribe. It costs you nothing to do that. And if you don't know where that is, it's the three buttons on the top right corner. I appreciate all the love and support, guys. Another thing, man. I might be taking a trip down to DR on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm only gonna head down there for 3 days, guys. I got some things that I got to do with the house, so it's gonna be a quick turnaround. But y'all stay tuned for the little content I'm gonna drop when I'm out there for the next 3 days. All right. Until then, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Peace and love. Y'all be easy out there and enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. Take care, guys.